Do that again.
If you hit me in the face again right now, you will feel the wrath of my pain. Okay. Welcome back to Making Video Your Business, the podcast that hopes to encourage you to think more seriously about visual content for your company or your business. Today, I'm joined by the phenomenal Sharron Marriott, who we've worked with for a number of years for local newspapers on awards programs. Sharron, thank you so much for joining me. Can you just give me a bit of background about awards processes in local areas and why you think they are so important?
Okay, so Iliffe Media is the publishing company, and we run a number of award events, as you know, many of which you work on, from Newbury to Newark, Kings Lynn to Cambridge. They are important because they reward the businesses in the local community. So they are celebrating business in individual communities.
Why do you think businesses need to look back or reflect on these sort of achievements? I know from working on these processes with you and the different sort of categories that people can sort of go up for and awards that they can get.
Yep.
Give businesses an opportunity to showcase what they do, but also to have a retrospective look. And do you think that's important for businesses?
Massively. Getting involved in anything like this, an awards program, as I say, it's a celebration of business, but that doesn't stop at the business owners or the brand. The importance of it feeds through to the employees within the company. It's great morale booster for employees to be involved, nominated maybe, for any award program. It's a real boost for them. And yeah, more businesses should be involved.
We've worked with you on a number of programs for years on video content for them. How have you seen video content, not just that stuff, but also other stuff around the events? How have you seen visual content increase?
Video content, first and foremost, for the awards is a massive benefit. It gives so much more credibility to the whole process, the whole program. When you're out there and you're going to see our finalists and you're taking video that we can then display on screen on the night, those finalists, the people that are in that film, get a real sense of pride out of that. It's essentially a bit of marketing for them. It's great that they actually get that video to keep as well, because they're able to use that as part of their marketing strategy. But it does lend a huge amount of value to the awards program. There are a lot of awards programs that do not have any video content. I think that's a shame.
What do you think it's done in terms of raising profile? Because I think when you're looking at sponsorship stuff, or not sponsorship stuff, but finalist things, I know, having been a finalist, that you're able to get some coverage in the paper. If you're a finalist, you get a bit of content in terms of written content, some stuff online as well, which is really valuable. But you also do get a piece of video. How valuable do you think that is as collateral
to the finalists?
Yeah,
massively. And I'm really pleased to see and can say hand on heart that most of them use it very cleverly and absolutely to the max. I mean, they use it on their social media channels. They will put it on their websites. It's used as a real valuable piece of their marketing, which is absolutely what they should be doing with it. It showcases their business. Why wouldn't you want to, put that out through every avenue that you've got access to?
Let's talk about the process then. Of if I was a business operating within one of your coverage areas, sort of throughout the Midlands, how would I go about getting involved in a process like this, and how can I be involved? Is it just someone has to put me forward, or how can I actually get involved?
Okay, many ways you can be involved, first and foremost, but in terms of nominations or being a finalist within an awards program, each awards program is run by the newspaper brand, first and foremost. So the newspaper brand owns an awards website. and encourages people to nominate their employees or put themselves forward for, I don't know, Small Business of the Year, customer care, whatever it is. So they then straight to the dedicated website. They can submit a small nomination just to say, hey, we're here, we're interested, we want to be involved with this. We'll then send them out an electronic entry pack, which they fill out in detail. That's what the judges see. And then the whole judging process starts from there.
Speaking about the judging process, so we work nationally on all sorts of different things, right? And we go and we cover events that are awards processes. This is a little bit different, isn't it? Because the panels of judges that go out and see them, they are completely independent.
Absolutely.
And there's no cost. There's no cost to this. So you're not winning an award because of you've sponsored something. You're not winning an award because you've bought it or whatever. This is a purely independent judging panel, and it's one on merit. Am I right?
Absolutely, 100%. We have to be very clear about the judging process and give it as much clarity, credibility as possible. So generally, the sponsoring businesses will be part of that judging panel, and the sponsoring business will be responsible for judging their category. But, they might have one or two individuals within that business once we've checked for any conflict of interest, because that's crucial. But they may have one or two people in that business that are actually judging that category, and they'll go out together. They'll have different viewpoints about who should win and why they should win. And, when they all come together and decide on that, it's absolutely their decision. Nobody's involved. Nobody can pay to win an award category. And I think that's a bit of a myth, actually, because there are award categories that you can pay to enter. And that's fine. They all work very differently. We don't ask our nominees to pay for entry. It's completely free of charge. But there are people that will say, oh, well, they were bound to win because X, Y, and Z, or, they're a sponsoring company, or, well, no, it doesn't work like that, because every category is judged independently.
As a sponsoring company who's never won an award, I can vouch for that. Yeah.
You've won an award, but it was for your photography.
For the other business, yeah. But as a company that has sponsored events in Grantham, Newark and Stamford for the past 3 or 4 years, and we were finalists a couple of times, or 2 or 3 times in Grantham, where we're based, and we haven't won. So I know that it's a legitimate process.
Absolutely.
Going back to sponsorships, and obviously we are an associate sponsor. We're actually a category sponsor this year for 3 processes. How important are the sponsors to making the awards processes run, and why would a business consider being one?
Well, firstly, we can't run it without the sponsors. And I think what people don't realise is there's a massive cost base attached to running an awards programme like this. There are costs in whichever direction you look. So without the support from the business community, without the sponsors, there isn't an event, first and foremost.
They also make up the judging panel, right?
They make up the judging panel. So, yeah, absolutely. They're crucial. The sponsors are crucial to the success of any award programme. Regardless of what level, to be perfectly honest. But in terms of what they benefit from, they get so much exposure. That brand exposure is spread absolutely everywhere. It's in paper, in the associated newspaper brand. It's online, it's via our social media channels, all of which have massive followings. So, what we can give them is very high in value. And they get a lot back from it. So it's absolutely worthwhile for them being involved.
But they can also use it as part of their marketing strategy
Yep.
to say, we are sponsors, we're taking part of this. So it's not just what Iliffe are doing or the newspaper brands are doing and promoting them as sponsors.
Yeah.
By being associated with it, they can also say, oh, we're sponsors, we're helping with this event. They're actually more visible in the community because they're going out and they're seeing people.
Yeah.
They're part of the judging panel. They're visible on the night. So there's actually quite a broad spectrum of benefit to come from it. Give me 3 reasons, like top 3 reasons, your top tips of why you should enter.
So first and foremost, it's about staying ahead of your competition. Okay, so anybody that enters the award programme automatically puts themselves ahead of their competition, because it's them that are being talked about through the newspaper, online, through the social media channels. So they are, regardless of how big their competition is, this finalist might be a really small business, Their nearest competitor might have, I don't know, 200 employees. But by being involved and having that exposure, they're actually saying, hey, I'm on an even level. There is no hierarchy. I can, I can justify being here. So first and foremost, I think it's that. Secondly, is what it does for the employees, which we've touched on. It's a huge morale booster. It really does give people something to be proud about.
And the events are sexy, right? They're black tie.
Absolutely.
They're upmarket. They're lovely. They're a really nice thing for people to go to. And a really lovely reward. For a team that's put you where you are.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And I think thirdly, I mean, there are lots and lots and lots of reasons why.
Of course, I wanted 3.
But I think the other thing that immediately is there is what that accolade does for your business. Wouldn't it be nice as a business on all of your marketing to say an award-winning business?
Yeah.
There you go.
Massive.
There you go.
Massive to be able to say you're an award-winning business, because that does have credibility. It adds huge credibility into business.
Yeah, and it reaches far and wide. It goes back to what I was saying about the benefits of being involved, not just as a finalist, but as a sponsor. It puts you head and shoulders above your competition.
So if people want to get involved, is a sponsorship available for this year for these programs?
Yep, there are. So Newark Business Awards, we've launched with a fairly small base of sponsorships or sponsors, and that's purely because I haven't yet had the opportunity to speak to many of them.
They'll be sold.
But
every year
let's hope so.
Every year they go.
Yeah. You can't count your chickens, especially with the economy the way it is at the moment. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll have a full house at the end of the day. So that's up and running now. The Mercury Business Awards, Rutland and Stanford Mercury Business Awards, that will be next to launch. And that opens for nominations sort of early, I think it's June time. And then we'll have the Grantham Journal Business Awards, which, And
then you've got other awards programs in Kings Lynn.
I've got Kings Lynn, I've got Newbury, I've got Stratford, I've got Spalding. They're just all over the country.
Right. And do you need sponsors for those?
Yes, please. Absolutely. Yeah. Email me. Preferably. Don't call me. Email. No You'll always get a response on email. Always. Don't message me, but I never look at my messages.
Great. Sharron, thank you so much for your time.
You're so welcome.
Really
Thanks for asking me.
And I wish you huge success with this year's programme. And I can't wait to be a part of it.
Thanks, Chris.